Hello, folks. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Joe Monroe Show. It is I, Joe Monroe. Yes, as you know, I finally trimmed the beard up. I was looking ridiculous. Dear Lord, it's starting to be a jungle right here. But today I have a very exciting host or co-host and friends. I have the Fiji Wildman and Lady Inferno, two good friends of mine. But before we bring them on, we want to shout out some sponsors. First and foremost, Phenomenal Finds ATL. If you're looking for anything retro, check out phenomenalfindsatl.com. No, we are not on lunch, Banner. What are you doing? There we go. Okay. And Charles Photos, Crystal, who is a wonderful person, takes awesome photos. If you don't believe me, then, well, look at James Kendrick chopping the life out of Adrian Alexander. And Les Murphy Painting. If you're having any trouble with any painting needs, contact Les Murphy at 734-334-3702. Now, Fiji and Lady Inferno are going to be at an event tomorrow, and that is going to be TSW Wrestling at Landcamp Baptist Church, Battle for Carson Round 2. There at the Landcamp Baptist Church in Corbin, Kentucky. Tickets for adults are $10. Kids are $5. Not only all the proceeds from this event go to Carson's family, but they're also going to have a benefit auction at the event as well. So it's going to be a great time, great family fun, entertainment. But enough about me jawing about it. Let's go ahead and bring on our guests. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my good friends and the reign. Excuse me. And he is a multiple-time champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Fiji Wildman with Lady Inferno. Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
I'm doing good.
That's good. And also, congrats on the newlyweds, by the way. Great wedding.
Thank you.
But let's go ahead. Let's get it started. First question I always give people is, what in the heck got you started with this crazy sport we know as professional wrestling?
Well, you can do it.
So I started a little bit later in life. I was 34 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I had always wanted to be a wrestler. You know, I grew up in the 80s. You watched that on television. There wasn't a whole lot of girls in there. It wasn't really a woman's sport.
Right.
I got lucky enough to find someone who was running a company. And I got trained with them, where I also found him. He has trained me since my second practice. Pretty much I just got lucky and fell into it, but I had always wanted to. Like I said, growing up, it wasn't really a woman's thing, but I loved it.
But now that in today's world, it's women's wrestling, there's been no heck of a revolution, and especially in the independent scene, as you and I both know, it's slowly catching up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, girls are more prevalent than they've ever been.
All right, Fiji, what about you? What got you started?
Well, for me, I grew up as a super fan of wrestling for a very long time, and my uncle is also a fan, and I grew up watching with him when I was just a baby, maybe no older than 5. But Hulk Hogan was one of the people I watched, and Undertaker was one of the few people I watched. And I was like, ooh, I want to be like them someday. I don't care how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And my uncle is going to be my tag team partner. I can tell you why. Because my uncle was 6'9", over 300 pounds.
Eesh.
And I was imagined to be a tag team partner with him. And my mom thought I was crazy because by the time I started, he'll be an old man. And I was like, I wouldn't want to do it. And they when he passed away by cancer, that's when I started motivated. Probably I was like 20 years old. When I started up in Indiana, and with the company up there, they have broke me into pieces. They have trained me so hard. They got me motivated more than I ever did. But they didn't touch me enough to put that. But and then I moved to another company, which is where I broke out very fast because they knew I need to be different. Is I'm disability and I'm a deaf wrestler. Some of you fans probably don't know that, but some of you do. I'm deaf, and there's only a few companies that trust me enough to perform for them and become a multiple time champion around the independent scene.
And with you being deaf or hearing impaired, I gotta be politically correct on here, Fiji. Sorry, but that when we first met and you told me that, I was like, okay, how do you do it? Can you explain to the audience how bit of a challenge it can possibly be?
It's a bit of a challenge, but like all magicians did, they don't reverse their tricks.
Exactly. That is true. That is true. But the Wildman gimmick, I mean, you're 100% a wild man. I know that from experience. You taught me rule number 1 in the wrestling book of Monroe: never headbutt a Samoan. I had to learn that lesson the hard way. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep, I do. I do.
But you know, multiple time champion. Where did you get your start at?
There's a company up in Indianapolis called WDWR Wild Championship Outlaw Wrestling. It's up in Indianapolis, and they're a fantastic company. I promise you, if you're up in Indianapolis and you have this company, go, because they have great performers, great workers. The owner is fantastic. I promise he will work with you until you get your spot. But you have to earn it the hardest way you can. By at the most point, this company is fantastic. After I come down to Kentucky, I started a few companies down here, and it was really rough just because I was different than a normal wrestler.
Right. And you took off like a rocket whenever, because I remember whenever you started getting a pretty good run down here in Kentucky, and I was like, okay, who's this wild man? He looks like he can literally kidnap me and cook me for dinner if he wanted to, which you almost did to Austin Michaels. We'll get to that in a minute. But you know, dude, I got to say, a lot of people look up to you. But one thing that's always bugged me: what the heck was up with those dreadlocks?
Oh, the dreadlock was something I was trying to, well, I was trying to say, stick it to the man, because when my bosses want me to be Kamala, and they wanted to be look like Kamala. They wanted me to shave my beard, shave my hair, paint my face, and be Kamala. I love Kamala. Don't get me wrong. I love Kamala. I love his work. Bless his heart, but that was too much, and I don't want to do with that. So when I did the dreadlocks, a lot of the boss, that boss did not want me to work for him anymore because of the dreadlocks. So I was like, stick it to the man and move on to the next company. And guess what? I'll skyrocket, just like you said.
Well, I mean, the dreadlocks look pretty cool, but please, for all that is good in this world, never shave the beard. I can't imagine you with the beard, without the beard, I should say.
I have pictures.
Oh. Don't blackmail him like that. All right. Well, let's get to the chats are blowing up here. Let's talk to the fans. Let's see. Somebody asked that question. Chad Denver saying take her all the way. Good evening. Laura said let's go. Eric Nelson, yo, what's up, Eric? How you doing? Chad is chanting you on. Fiji. Bobby Ray Robinson, there's two of my buddies. Hey, Riley, how are you doing? Kayla, how are you doing? Good to see you on here again. Miranda Robinson says hey. And Laura says she loves you guys. So, man, you were right. You are 100% blowing up the feed here tonight, brother. Both of you are. So, Inferno, how did you get to manage this Wildman? How did that start?
Honestly, it was the place that I started. We don't really mention that company but I had been there. They didn't give me a whole lot of personal attention. They passed me right off to him for him to train me. They had other people that they thought would go somewhere. I'm the one that's still wrestling. As far as that goes, I don't want to mention their name because I don't want to give them any credit, but they did put me with the Fiji Wildman. And after several months, he asked me if I wanted to just manage him because I was already sitting with him in the locker room and talking to him, and people were talking more to him initially through me. And I was like, no. You can talk to him the same as I can talk to him. But when I found him, people weren't talking to him. I think that he liked it better that way sometimes. But now I've drawn him out and made people aware that you can, in fact, discuss your matches with him. You can talk with him, things like that. But I just got lucky.
Well, whenever what you just said, whenever I first met, I was, be honest with you, I was really scared to talk to you guys. Then you guys have been friendly as can be ever since. Even when I left TSW, we still kept in contact, and you all have 100% given me advice. So thank you for that from a personal standpoint. You guys are always amazing. But actually, I want to go ahead and announce something real quick, Fiji and Inferno. You guys broke the live record already.
Woohoo!
It's already broken. So, yeah, you were right. You were right, Fiji. You were right. Refereeing Dean Banks. When I refereed Fiji for the first time, I did not know how to do it. If it was for Lady Inferno, she told me how. Hang on. Lady Inferno, someone that you love from my family is on here tonight. Lady A.
I see her. Hi, April.
Megan Bridget, Fiji and Lady Inferno are two amazing people. Indeed, they are 100%. But let's get to it. Let's get into TSW. So what got you started? I know the story, but folks that are watching this may not know. What got you all started with TSW?
Actually, when I was with the other company, they hadn't let me wrestle yet. Mike Murphy is the very first person who let me in the ring. I was in the Rock and Roll Express Battle Royal coming on 9 years ago now. That was my first time in the ring at all. And then we wound up going back to being with them later on after we'd been in other companies and in Indiana and several different places we'd gone. Mike invited us to come over and wrestle for him, and that pretty much the rest is history.
Wow. And there, dare I say, Fiji, you both have ran wild, no pun intended, over that roster. accept the thorns on your side. And sadly, yeah, I was a part of this group at one point, the Brotherhood Army, especially one Austin Michaels. Let's go ahead and let's get into the recent events. I know recently, if for the fans that have been following on Facebook, we did share the video either the other day when it was first released on our Joe Monroe Show Facebook page. Austin Michaels has been suspended, and a big part of that was attacking you, Lady Inferno. First off, how are you doing? And
So sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. And second off, we'll get to Fiji's response, and he has free roam to talk about it and talk directly to Michaels if he wants to. But I want to check on you. I know you're one tough lady, but the way, yeah, I heard. That's what I heard.
So I had surgery 2 weeks ago. They reconstructed my ACL. So I'm walking better, but not walking all the way yet.
Recovery time, what are we looking at?
I'll be able to drive and walk without crutches in about 4 weeks. I won't be allowed to be in the ring for about 6 months.
And I come from someone that went through it. I know how tough that can be. But I know you're actually going to be managing Fiji throughout that. So, Fiji, I want to get your take.
I'm not allowed to be at ringside or to deal with it at all for 6 months. Yeah. Because, I mean, that's where I was at when they attacked me. So, can't even be ringside.
Jesus. All right, Fiji. What's I know you're probably madder than fire, no pun intended, Lady Inferno, but how are you feeling about all this? Because you've been battling the Brotherhood, heck, whenever we were in Gem City. So this has been going on 2+ years.
Well, so to be honest with you, the Brotherhood Army had made the biggest mistake of their career, their life, or wherever they have. And Lady Inferno, it was their safety net. And they took that away. They took her out. I have not been loose to control for the last,
7 years.
7 years. So, tomorrow will be the first time in a long time that nobody's going to see the Fiji Wildman ever. Not the stars.
So let me mention so that you get a grasp on this. I will not be handling him for the next 6 months. Which means let's say the lion at the zoo gets out and their handler is nowhere about. What's going to happen to the people?
I don't want to even think or fathom.
Control him. Master Sergeant thinks he's cute or something, and he's been poking and pushing and wanting the Wildman by himself. He doesn't know what he asked for.
Or as Fiji calls him, Karen, but
that is his new name. Yes, he is a Karen.
You got me started on that, by the way, Fiji. Thanks. Oh, good night, Irene. Speaking of Master Sergeant, he's in here right now. Man, I told you not to come.
Don't worry. Don't worry about Master Stars. I personally invited him myself. I told him to come and talk as much as he wanted. What the truth is, what goes in my ears comes out the other ears. A matter does. He can yell, he can scream all he wants. That's why he called Karen. Because Karen scream and be yelling all he wants. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. Yeah, okay. I don't believe that comment one bit. I've trained with this man, Sergeant, and you're barking up the wrong tree, so to speak. And Godspeed whenever he gets a hold of you. And well, the fans are 100% by your side. Well, let me talk about that for just a second, because there for a little while, you were one of the most feared independent wrestlers in this area. People were terrified of you, wrestlers and fans alike. Now, here the past few years, you've got nothing but love and appreciation, and you're still doing the same thing. How does that make you feel?
Well, that's really hard to explain how I feel about that. Because that's probably the best and the highest order that I got from anybody. This, we got married. And I had somebody came to me once. I would probably don't want to miss his name, and he knows who I'm talking about. That he said that we are like Beauty and the Beast. So I have to respect that. I have to, because that's not wrong.
I mean,
Lady Vale.
so let's talk about the marriage. I mean, whenever I heard about it, I was like, oh, goodness gracious. I know you messaged me and you were like, come. I was like, shoot, I'll be there. You know I will. So thank you for the invite. And sorry I couldn't stay too that late. But I heard you had one heck of a best man.
Well, sometimes you have to make sure that nobody can ruin your wedding. So, friends close, enemies closer, all those things.
Yeah, I mean that was perfect. And Big cousin Frank Vanover was the one that officiated the wedding, which you all probably I would personally say one of your greatest rivals / friends in your career. Who else would you say would probably be one of your greatest rivals?
As for me, without cousin Frank, I'd be begging and digging. I would like to have a great match with Copper. Copper is one of the people that I like to work with. We work a few places that I respect him, but it's really hard to pick because there's so many people I like to work with, but nothing could pass cousin Frank because we always have matches every year before he retires, at least once on the New Year's. And every year we always fight. It doesn't matter where we are. We could go to Tennessee, we could go to Kentucky, we could go to Virginia, we'll probably go to Japan if we want to, but we will destroy this place down. There was a time that I will never forget that Cousin Frank and I did a match in Tennessee. Um, it was one of those Salvation Army, and we agreed to do this spot because this is how much we want to show how much we hate each other. So he decided to toss me through those what do
It's like the food window, the concession stand, right?
not the Dutch stand, but where you put all the dishes.
Oh, like the cafeteria area.
Yeah, the cafeteria area. You had the little board open, Frank had tossed me through that,
The
and
tray
I
return.
went
The tray return.
the tray return window. He tossed me through that, and I went through it, and I landed into the floor in the tray return area, and I was surprised I made it through that window because I was the big boy. You know, I was the big boy.
Well, y'all, we are good Lord, this guy's not shutting up in the comment section. He really is like a little troll in Karen.
Yeah.
Well, at least the fans are taking up for y'all. But Fiji, Lady Inferno, we're about to wrap up here. I try to make these about 30 minutes because I'm not one of these podcasts that's going to sit here and talk your ear off for 2 hours. But with that, everything being said, 2-part question, and y'all can go start with whoever. How do you see the future and state of professional wrestling and how it's changing throughout the years, especially for women's wrestling and for those with disabilities? And what do you see the future in the career of Fiji Wildman and Lady Inferno? I probably worded that a little weird. Sorry.
As for me in my future, I should let wherever the world goes, I'll make sure I apply the way for all the disability wrestlers. It doesn't matter what disability you have, you are a fantastic wrestler because you believe in yourself before everybody else believes in you. So, as for the ladies, I have see a lot of respect. A lot of lady wrestlers and Lady Inferno has helped me see the difference of the women wrestling, what they need, and I'm happy to help with some of the women's. And a lot of women are terrified, but I was there to help them as much as I was helping her. So the women that have the disabilities are welcome to ask me questions, message me on Facebook, or message Lady Inferno. However, we will be happy to help you all until, but today I cannot walk anymore.
Not me.
That sounds right.
Not me. I'm gonna be walking. I probably will just valet him after I heal. I highly doubt that I'll get back into the ring. Because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be broken down and not be able to live my life. So I mean, once it's in you, it's in you. It's in your blood. You can't get out. It's kind of like the mafia. You're in for your whole life. Once you get in wrestling, it kind of sticks in you. So I'll be ringside.
Sorry. Mark, calm down. What is it? Bro, I can't. What are you talking about? Someone's trying to hack the. What do you mean someone's trying to hack the feed? The feed's just fine. It's right here. What are you talking about? Are we back on? Did you get it fixed?
You.
We back? Are we good?
No,
What the heck? Figure out where that came from. I'm sorry, guys. Figure out where it came from now. Feej, I'm so sorry. Mark, stop scatterbraining and just do it. All right. We'll go ahead. Sorry, guys. We're going to wrap this up. Big day tomorrow for Carson. They had to do this on my freaking show. Are you kidding me? Sorry. Be sure, folks, tune in tomorrow. Let me go ahead and bring this back up. You'll see them here at the TSW event, Lincoln Baptist Church. Battle for Carson round 2. Adults $10, kids $5. All proceeds will be going to Carson and his family for medical expenses. Plus, there is going to be an auction that will also, all those proceeds will as well go to Carson and his family. Find out what it is. Sorry, guys. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. You know what? Just for that, I'm probably going to show up tomorrow. Probably in the crowd, because that's some bull. No one messes with my show, and no one interrupts my friends like that. So, yeah, you know what, Mark? Go ahead and thank you all again for coming on. I'm so ticked off right now. Go ahead, hey, find out where it was, or I'm gonna shove a boot so far.
Did you like the video? Don't forget to go like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our social media outlets. We'll see you next time.